Hello, welcome back to the Brainy Creativity channel. In this video, what I will be showing you is how to make these origami hearts. Just to let you know that I have made origami hearts before in an older video, like about 7 years ago. So you want to check that out, I'll link that below. All origami paper is almost see-through and usually is a solid color on one side. And it has a pretty design on the opposite side. I did cut off about 3 inches because I need to start off with a more rectangular shape. So the original measurement of this origami paper was 6 inches by 8.5. Now the part that I cut off, I will be using it to make little mini hearts, which you will see towards the end of the video. So stay tuned. To begin, take one corner and fold down diagonally, marking the crease and creating a triangle, similar to when you're folding a cookie catcher or a fortune teller, if you know what that is. Some people call it cookie catchers and other people call it fortune tellers. Not sure what you guys call it. Anyways, make sure that you guys mark down the creases really well, and then unfold, and then get the next corner. And you want to do the same thing, fold down, following your original crease that you did on your first fold. And always ensure that the points are aligning with the edges. You want to make sure that this is precise, well, almost precise, because you want your heart to turn out nice and neat. Go ahead and unfold, and now you'll see that your first 2 folds created a creased X. So what you do is grab both sides and fold down inward. So you can see now you have another triangle. Make sure that you mark your folds and mark those creases really good. As you can see, your paper holds the shape of a house. Focusing on the roof of your house, you will fold the flaps to meet the point of the roof. Make sure that you meet the point as precisely as you can, because remember, you want to keep your origami as neat and as flat as possible. Now that both flaps have met the point of the roof of your paper, you will notice that your paper still holds the shape of a house. So go ahead and focus on the sides of your house, starting with one side and fold to the middle. Again, make sure that you mark your creases really good, and that when you're folding to the middle, it aligns with the 2 flaps that you folded. And do the same with the other side of your house. After folding both sides, go ahead and turn around your paper, grab the roof of the house and fold it down, not including the flaps. So make sure that when you're folding down, you fold it down as possible as you can, and you'll notice by those 2 corners how far you can fold it down. Focusing on the base or foundation of the house, go ahead and fold that upward to meet the point of the roof that you folded down, and mark the crease. Once you've creased it really well, go ahead and grab one corner and fold that corner in, and make sure that the edge meets the point of the roof that you folded down. And do the same thing with the other side, and make sure that the edge does not go over the other corner that you folded upward. If you notice, when you grab the roof, it has slots. What you will do with those lots is grab those 2 corners that you folded in and tuck them in there. Turn it around, and if you notice, you're almost to the point of having your origami look like a heart. Just like the ones that I'm showing you on here. Aren't these beautiful? I just love the design. Now to finish, let's focus on those flaps. We're gonna go ahead and fold those flaps diagonally. You want to make sure that you don't fold it all the way down, because if you notice, it's gonna look kind of wonky from that side and you won't have the top of your heart pronounced if you fold it too down. So you kind of have to, I would say, eyeball it. That's honestly how I do it. There's no exact measurement, but the more that you practice, the better that you will get. So if you turn it around, it looks like a heart. But just one moment, you're not quite done yet. So here's the thing. We will deal with those flaps right now. But what I want to tell you first is those points right there, you have 2 options. One, you can leave it like that, just how it is. Or like how it is on this one, we can fold those points inward to make them a little bit more flatter and aka rounded. So I will do that just to show you guys. But here's another version of just leaving the points pointy. Go ahead and grab one of the flats. If you notice that crease, go ahead and use your finger to push inward. It's kind of tricky, I'm not gonna lie, but just use the tip of your index finger and push it inward and fold. Make sure you mark those folds. Now go ahead and do the same thing with the other flap. Use the crease and with your index finger, push in and fold. Now what you're gonna do is you're gonna go ahead, and as you notice, they look exactly the same now, but go ahead and turn around that part, mark your creases, and those little points from the flaps, you're gonna go ahead and tuck them in there, just like how we did with the bottom portion. There you have it, origami hearts. I will show you how I made a banner using baker's twine, but first I have a side story. So these are 8s connected, and I want to ask you, have you guys ever been on the phone and you guys have been so bored, not with the phone call but with your hands, that you end up drawing these 8s that are connected? Well, I would see my mom drawing them a lot when I was younger, and that would happen only when she would be on a phone call. So today I was on a phone call with my mom, and I started drawing, and I used my note paper, and isn't it funny how the irony, inspiration, and I felt truly inspired when I was talking to my mom, but it was subconscious, honestly, because I don't recall focusing on this drawing. And let me tell you guys that I use these highlighters to color in my drawing. These are the Stabilo Boss highlighters that I had on my desk when I was making the phone call with my mom, and those are the ones that I ended up using in the drawing. And I only use those 2 colors, the pink highlighter and the blue highlighter. And I know it looks like I used purple, but when I was coloring in the hair and the eyes, if I combine the purple and the blue highlighter, it created that tone, that purple tone. And I'm sure you guys know this because, hello, you know, the primary colors, which I forgot what the primary colors are, so I'm gonna have to use my iPad to Google it. I know. So literally what I'm doing here is typing in what are the primary colors, and you guys will see in a moment what the freaking primary colors are. How embarrassing. I know. I should know this. I learned this in high school and I freaking forgot. So there you have it. The primary colors are red, yellow, and blue. And you know that if you mix those 3 colors, you can basically get any other color. So I know pink is not a primary color, but I got purple out of that blue and that pink highlighter, okay? So I swatched the pink and the blue highlighters so you can see that when they're combined they create the color purple. Oh, and I just remembered, for skin tone, that I did use another color, so I forgot about that. Alright, enough of my unrelated side story. So all I did now was I grabbed the 6x6 origami paper, and as you can see on my little mini paper cutter, I cut that paper into 3-inch strips. So those are the strips that I cut, and if you guys remember at the beginning of the video, I did cut off a piece of the bigger heart, of the bigger sheet that I used to make the bigger heart. And you can also use those pieces of paper to make those tiny little hearts, which is what I did there on the left side. So the reason that I cut more paper is because I want to make more hearts. So as promised, here is the sped up version of the little mini origami heart. So I really struggled with the back because I was pretty sloppy with my folds, and I don't know if you guys remember in the beginning of the video. Oh, what the hell is a video? Anyways, excuse me. In the beginning of the video, I mentioned that you guys have to be very careful and very precise and neat with your folds and your creases. So because I wasn't precise, neat with my creases and my folds, I ended up having to tape in the back so it would stay, and you guys will see that in a moment. But just know that if you're neat and precise, you won't have to tape it like I had to. So if you notice that second little heart, I was a lot neater about it and more careful, and it turned out beautiful, and I didn't have to use tape like the one on the left. How beautiful are these? I just love them, and I think that because they're miniature, they look a lot cuter. I think anything that is mini, like a mini version of a regular size item, always looks a lot cuter. They're just beautiful, and just know that you can use them for many things. You could also make stickers out of them, stick them in your planner, in your bullet journal, anything that you want to, and I will show you guys how I do them into stickers. The only two sticker maker machines that are from Xyron. The one on the left is a zebra print, and I have that one first, and the one in purple is the most recent one that I bought. All you do is grab your heart, insert it on the top where the arrow is at, and then you pull it out through the other end, and you got a sticker. It's as simple as that. Now I'm going to show you how to make the banner. So what I have here is this roll of baker's twine, and I bought it on Amazon, and of course I will link all of the materials that I used in this video down below in the description box, and if I can find them on Amazon, because some of the items I did not buy them on Amazon. For example, the blue needle up in the corner, I bought it I believe at Walmart, and it's, I think, a tool for knitting. If you can see, it has a little hook at the end, and all I did was stick it inside the back of the origami heart and then loop the baker's twine. That way I can hook the loop onto the needle and pass the baker's twine through, and I did the exact same thing for the rest of the hearts, and then I taped my banner, I believe with pieces of washi tape on my desk, and that was it. If you enjoyed this video and want more content like this, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Bye now.